Looking to improve your indoor air quality, sleep better, or soothe dry skin? In this video, we review the top 5 best humidifiers of 2025 that deliver comfort, style, and performance. Whether you need a bedside companion or a powerhouse for large spaces, we've got you covered. Okay guys, let's watch top 5 humidifiers honest review.
Number 5.
I've had this unit for over a year now, and I'm pleased to report that it is still as good as the day I bought it, with no traces of mold, yet, despite my lackadaisical approach to cleaning, which is every time I can no longer remember the last time I cleaned it. Its best feature is what Levoit calls hot spring mist, which basically just lightly warms the water as it's being vaporized. It's a nice way to take the edge off the vapor without going the full scalding steam route. Other than that, it's basically every bit as good as the Trio, except there's no ambient LED lighting, which is probably for the better. It has a slightly smaller tank capacity, and there are no demineralization cartridges available for purchase. Dr. Levin likes her Levoit humidifier too. It's super quiet, she says. It's super easy to clean, there's an auto shut-off. It's a great price point. Note that there's a larger 6-liter capacity Levoit with the same feature set that works just as well and comes highly recommended. I don't personally recommend it, though, because it is a pain to fill and clean. Refilling it requires you to take the reservoir off, which is already annoying. Add to that the fact that there are no fewer than 4 separate pieces, each of which have their own nooks, all of which need to be cleaned individually. I would much rather take the smaller unit and refill it more frequently.
Number 4.
The Carepod Cube Plus X50V is about as close to an ideal ultrasonic humidifier as you can find today. This dentist-developed machine is the latest in a line of home humidifiers that adds an automatic humidistat. There's no display but holds relative humidity between 40 to 60%, and a self-sanitizing mode to the already excellent X50. Both X50 models have warm and cool mist settings, a totally dishwasher-safe stainless steel interior, and can humidify spaces as large as 700 square feet with a torrent of mist evoking a medieval dragon, observably thicker than the Levoits and seemingly a bit better than the Trios. But the humidistat alone makes the X50V Plus worth the extra $100 at the point where you're already considering spending $300. Although its 4.2 L capacity lasts for up to 32 hours on the lowest of 3 settings, that's only useful in the smallest of rooms. When I refilled the unit around 8 p.m. and set it on high, it had stopped running for some time by the time I returned downstairs at 6:45 a.m. Night mode, which turns off all the LEDs, is activated by holding the timer/night button. And you can choose between a 4-, 6-, and 8-hour timed humidification setting by tapping that same button. Warm mist is activated or deactivated with a single tap of the far right button, and sanitize mode is activated by a press and hold of that same button. In this mode, the machine will run until it's low on water, at which point it will heat itself up to a temperature, not specified in the manual, that is hot enough to kill off any mold, bacterial, or fungal development. Pretty nifty. Strategist Senior Editor Jen Trolio is a big fan of Carepod's ultrasonic humidifier and its easy-to-clean stainless steel reservoir. It's basically like a mini stockpot that lifts out to fill, so it's naturally less prone to germs because it's stainless steel and dishwasher safe, she says. The only part that has to be hand-washed is a small plastic oscillator. The rest of the reservoir can go in the dishwasher. Since the humidifier is ultrasonic, there's also no need to buy or replace filters. You could get away with the smaller, slightly more affordable Carepod one in a room that's smaller than 500 square feet, but again, the lack of humidistat-powered auto mode is a bit of a tricky proposition for an already spendy device.
Number 3.
Canopy's Bedside Humidifier was designed from the ground up to sit on your nightstand and become a part of your nighttime routine. It even runs off of USB-C power. If that's what you're using it for, then it's perfect. While we usually recommend ultrasonic models for their silent operation and greater output, that output can be a little much if it's sitting on your nightstand right next to your face while you sleep. The Canopy's gentle fan is not too loud, and it comes with a cute little aromatherapy ceramic tile with a matching tray that you can drip your favorite essential oils onto, or you can use the bergamot forward scent blend that comes with it. It's a nice little touch that makes the whole experience feel a little extra special. The biggest downside of evaporative humidifiers is having to regularly change out the wick and remembering that it needs to happen, but Canopy makes it easy to subscribe to all the parts you need at the cadence that you need them. Although version 1.0 had a small reservoir opening that made it impossible to stick your hand inside for thorough cleaning, the 2.0 version has a larger opening that addresses this issue, in addition to a quieter, larger fan, and is constructed using more antimicrobial materials.
Number 2.
Honeywell Cool Mist Humidifier. Let me be frank, there is no reason to buy this thing if you can wait a few days for one of our other picks. It's as good as any other for humidifying a space, but unlike the others, it makes a consistent burbling noise that can be quite irritating. There's also no display to dim, though the ambient LED lighting can be turned off. The stream of vapor that comes out the top on the highest setting is not quite as strong as the Drios or the Levoits. But it's good enough. You also don't want it to be too strong because it doesn't have a humidistat. You have to manually turn it on or off, though it will automatically shut down if it's empty. As I said, every other option on this list is a better pick. But if you need a humidifier now within driving distance, this thing is better than the others I've picked up in the past when faced with this same situation.
Number 1.
For larger spaces, the made in Germany Venta Original LW25 is capable of humidifying rooms as large as 430 square feet and is the closest you can get to a set-it-and-forget-it humidifier. It only needs to be refilled once per day, sometimes every other day, and produces reliably perceptible humidification in my 360 square foot living room, even while the double door to the adjoining hallway is left wide open in the midst of a 0-degree cold snap. It's also available in the larger LW45, which costs $460 and can handle spaces as large as 600 square feet. As an evaporative humidifier, it relies on a fan to disperse moisture, which generates a noticeable whirring on the highest of 3 settings. However, it's barely perceptible on its medium setting, which is sufficient for most conditions. The Venta's homely appearance evokes a late 90s desktop PC tower and is unlikely to win any design awards. However, it's also very discreet and easily fades into the background of any room. Cleaning is easy and only happens once every 2 weeks. It's as simple as emptying the whole thing, rinsing out the stack of discs, and refilling it with fresh water and 50 milliliters, about 3.5 tablespoons, of water treatment additive, which you can learn more about here. It's worth noting that there's a newer Comfort Plus version of this model that adds a backlit digital touchscreen, hygrostat, and additional auto and sleep modes. But I don't recommend paying the extra $150 for it because evaporative humidifiers like the LW25 are incapable of overhumidification, which makes the hygrometer and auto mode completely unnecessary. Similarly, the sleep mode exists only to dim the screen, which the original lacks in the first place. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel, press the bell icon and comment below.